Russell Westbrook, prime example. From what I've seen from the Lakers since they traded Russell Westbrook, they look like a lot better of a team. It seems like they're more of a complete team. Russell Westbrook just got bought out by the Jazz. He's joining the Clippers. And I find this to be hilarious for so many reasons. For one thing, we all know Russell Westbrook can't shoot anymore. He never really was that great of a shooter, but now he is literally, statistically, the worst shooter in the league. Cannot shoot. Can he pass? Sure. But is he also extremely inefficient? Absolutely. So for a team like the Clippers, and when I look to a team like the Clippers, I look at them in a few ways because what's wrong with the Clippers? They're the little brother to the Lakers. And the Lakers are one of the worst franchises the last decade. But the Clippers, this team, they got Kawhi, they got Paul George, and they still find a way to fuck it up. The Clippers, they're almost like the Chargers of the NBA, where they have this great roster. They have all of this talent. You know, Chargers have Justin Herbert, Austin Eckler, Keenan Allen. Clippers, they have Kawhi and Paul George. And now they add Russell Westbrook. And it's like that is a recipe for disaster. And I think the Clippers, who I think are very cursed, extremely cursed, I think they fucked up their title chances. I think this is going to hurt them.
Yeah, I know a lot of people in the media, like Chris Broussard, were very high. Jason McIntyre, people like that, Colin Cowherd, were very high on the Clippers. Like, the Clippers, they got coaching in Ty Lue. What do you need? Two big, strong, reliable wings. Like, well, you only have one of those because we've been waiting 3 years since the bubble for Kawhi to play in a playoff series again. We saw it one time in the bubble. We really haven't seen a full playoff run with Paul George and Kawhi Leonard. And then Paul George got them to the conference championship, I believe.
First time ever they made it.
Yeah, first time ever they made it. And then you got that far, but it's like, no, you have someone on the Clippers and Kawhi Leonard who's don't know if he's going to be available. If he's available, it makes it a lot more interesting, but still, you have Paul George, who's one of the most inconsistent players in the playoffs I've ever seen. I mean, you want to talk about his time in Indiana towards the end, and then just in Oklahoma City, playing alongside Russell Westbrook was the worst basketball he'd ever played. The series against the Utah Jazz in Donovan Mitchell's first year, I believe, was an absolute disaster when you guys lost to them. You're supposed to put together you and Russ, and then you sign a contract to stay in Oklahoma City, want to leave to go to the Clippers, and then you sign there with Kawhi Leonard. Since then, you guys have done nothing in the playoffs. You got to the bubble. You got to the conference championship one, but it's like very meaningless basketball. And the only hope I have for Russell Westbrook going to the Clippers is Ty Lue's just going to be like, no, you're sitting on the bench.
Well, at this point, he has to be a bench player.
Yeah, it's like he has to be a bench player, and he's not going to play in the playoffs. Like, I can guarantee that Ty Lue's going to be like, no, you're not going to play in the playoffs because you're going to hurt our chances. And it's like, just having him in the locker room's not worth it. He doesn't add anything to your team. You just got rid of John Wall, who's the same problem as Russell Westbrook at this point. Definitely not as good, but a similar problem. So it's like addition by subtraction. Do the Lakers get better? Yeah, but you still need Anthony Davis healthy to compete. So don't think this helps the Clippers at all. Does it add a little bit more animosity in the regular season? Sure, but Russ isn't going to play in the playoffs. None of this really matters for the Clippers. And I think the problem I have with this is Paul George campaigning for Russ to be on the team. It's like, for what purpose? For him to get benched and then it to be a whole dramatic thing because Russ left the Lakers because he got in a fight with Darvin Ham, like a heated discussion in the locker room, like, hey, I want to play. I want to be a starter. This wasn't my choice. I'm definitely better than who you're rolling out on the floor. And he's just like, no, you're not that guy. You're not a starter on this team. So we're going to trade you. Going to go to the Jazz. They're going to buy you out. Then you can sign with the Clippers if you want to. But is this going to help? Not really. No.
It's going to hurt them.